Welcome. The collective is here for your information, knowledge, and love. As you sit and listen to each word that is spoken, we ask that you listened with your heart, with your energy, with your vibration. It is this vibration, it is this that holds all of the knowledge. It is the vibration by which the words are being formed. It is the vibration by which you hear each word, but it is the vibration that carries the information you seek. It is this frequency, this vibration that settles into you, into your energetic being. It is now the time to understand what it is that lays in front of you. This existence that is out in front of you, this existence on your path. There may be questions that you've had about where and how and what is taking place. But it is to be reassured that everything that is on your path is just as you have planned it. But there is a cautionary understanding. As growth takes place, as you expand on your path, as you gain your information, your understanding, and your experiences. It is this that others will seek. And that is the key word, that they will seek. Do not misunderstand that. For it is those that along their journey that tend to have the loudest voice about what they understand. But it is truly to understand what they know. Do they understand what has taken place? Do they understand what their purpose is? This is not to say to be silent on your path, but it is to understand that just as much as you know, there is plenty that is yet to be learned. There will be mistakes. There will be those things that will disrupt your understanding. But these too are your growth points. But there are many that wish to get into your face with information that is not of the highest understanding. It is these that you must understand will come across your path. And you may choose to understand and follow and listen to what they may have to say. But it is for your discerning ears to understand what is being truly said versus what is the truth in each word. There is much that is taking place right now. There are many things that are changing right now. There are many individuals that are changing. But they are experiencing it in their own manner, their own truth, Each of you have your own truth on what you understand and what your path is. And it is truly your path, your understanding, your journey. But it is for you to understand the true meanings in all experiences. It is not the mind that will give you this understanding. It is truly your essence, your energetic being, your heart energy. Being fully centered and grounded in this heart energy, this experience that lays in front of you. Will be fully unfurled for you to know. But if you allow your mind to take the journey for you, there will be many distractions, many points along this journey that will give you a point of deviation. But if you are fully heart-centered in your expression of where you are to be, you'll be guided past all of the distractions. It may come in the form of quiet. It may become in the form of being connected to your planet. It may come in the form of being joined with one another. But allow yourself, the true expression of yourself, the heart-centeredness of yourself, to be the knowledge base, to be the grounding point for your journey. Many of you are experiencing much difficulty with the energies that are coming through to your planet at this particular point. This is a period of rejuvenation, upgrades, but it also is a point for you as a being, a physical being, to take rest. As these energies are coming through your planet, being provided to your planet, your body will experience many discomforts, much disruption. Thought patterns will change. Sensations will be in the body. But you must give it time to incorporate, integrate, upgrade. Allow yourself the rest point. So allow the energies to flow through you. Those that are more sensitive than others, you will understand this. Those that are less sensitive, you may not have the full experience, but your daily routine may be disrupted by certain patterns that are taking place because of this energy. Know this, understand this, and know that it is this time of rest that is needed. The body can function on its own for a long period of time, but it is necessary to pull back and relax and allow life to be experienced. This is one of those times, because what is to come will be much greater, and your body will be conditioned and prepared for it. It is an upgrade point. Be ready. Be prepared. If there are questions, please ask.
Thank you for being present this evening. You said just now that something will be coming that will be much greater and that our bodies are being prepared for that. What is that something, please?
There is a bandwidth of energy. There is a bandwidth of crystalline energy, as you would call it, that is entering into your planetary field. It is entering in and will be passing through your planet and many others, activating and upgrading all beings. Those that are not fully aware of this experience will be upgraded, but will not have the same, as you would call it, the same turning on point for their journey forward. For those that are understanding, this crystalline energy will change all DNA structures, all frequency levels of all DNA, all the crystalline structures within the body, and you will experience a heightened awareness around your planet. You will observe all things of this planet at a much higher level of existence. You will have the knowing and understanding that this has taken place. Much clearer vision, not physically, but an understanding. This crystalline energy, this structure of crystalline energy that will be passing through. Is one that has not yet been to this planet. This is its first pass through.
Thank you for that information. And so this light, this crystalline light that's passing through our planet, sounds like it's passing through on a linear 3D time frame. Can you tell us then when that might be, when we would expect that?
It is to be expected mid-cycle of this particular year. There will be a event, a celestial event that it will be tied to.
Thank you for that information. We were just having a little bit of technical difficulty. I apologize. So it occurred to me today, or this evening, as we were all sitting here, that this is kind of like a classroom that we meet in once a month for a lesson from you all. How is it that you all determine the curriculum each month?
It is not a set of curriculum that you speak of. It is general information that is being provided. Think of it as a particular wave. Each wave has a point, a high point, and it is always rippling through this area, this particular intersection. And on the particular day, the particular event time, as you would say it, this particular wave point then is present. This particular wave point then carries the information down into the individual, and it is then expressed through the energy that you hear. There is not a particular set of criterion that is to be played out. It is just to be provided and presented to all present.
Thank you for that. I appreciate that. And since we lost the people that are on Zoom, can you explain one more time about this light that's passing through on this linear time frame, when we would expect that, please?
Yes, this is a particular time of expression during the mid-cycle of this particular year. It will be tied to a celestial event for your planet.
And is that what we are calling, or some are calling, the event?
This is not tied directly to what you are calling the event, no.
Thank you for that. Since we're sort of on that topic, Rebecca wanted to know about the rapture. A family member who's religious had talked about a rapture. Do you have any information on what that is or what that would look like?
What you are calling the rapture is merely just a name given to a specific type of departure, shall we say. There have been many times throughout the existence of this particular planet that the beings, the energetic beings of this planet, all come in cohesion with one another, and they all then, as you would say, ascend. Yes, leaving the physical body behind all at once and entering into the great divine, all part of one energetic experience, one energetic core. This is a common occurrence. It does happen quite frequently throughout the cycle of this planet. This is a point at which all of the energetic beings have a greater understanding that it is now time to depart. Though it has been written about in a particular manner, but you have to understand that these words are based off of a particular experience, but then written by the human form here on this planet to be given an understanding that it is of something that is greater than it is. Understand this, it is not similar to the physical passing, the death of an individual, the passing or transitioning of an individual of this planet to the heavenly realm or into the energy of all. But this is a collective understanding. This is a collective understanding of all energetic beings that it is their time then to transcend, all at the same time. There is not anything that is overly significant as far as its effect on the planet itself. It is just a transition point that is needed. That is the explanation.
Thank you. Is that what happened to the Mayans?
many cultures of this planet have experienced a very similar experience. Yes, it is a collective understanding.
Thank you for that. Susan, who's with us this evening, the other night, she saw what she described as an orb storm around her home. Seemingly, these orbs were coming up from the earth. She had a feeling that perhaps Mother Gaia was releasing light to counter the darkness. Can you speak to this event for her, please?
First, we must address the expression of the light meeting the dark. There is, yes, as you would call it, dark, but it is a frequency base. It is the personal perception of what this frequency base is. To understand what is expressed as dark is to be expressed as a lower energy, yes, a lower frequency. And it does affect and have an understanding amongst many beings to be bad, as you would say it. But as far as the energy itself, rising up, the orbs as they are called. To express this and understand this, one must understand your planet as a whole. The energetic being that it is, the energetic planet that you inhabit, does provide and does exchange energy in different forms. So what was experienced is just that, energy being exchanged from the terrestrial base of this planet out into the universe, the giving off of energy. So what you were witnessing was just that, each individual energy that was expressed from this planet. And in a way, yes, its goal is to surround and provide a higher frequency to create an equilibrium with those lower frequencies, to bring those lower frequencies, lower vibrations into equilibrium with the higher vibrations. You have to understand that this planet is a very intelligent planet, and when sensing a change, it will give off all of its energy in a particular location. That's why many of you may sense and feel how the energy changes when you move from one location to another location. There is much change taking place in that location. So allowing this to happen and being able to experiencing it is a wonderful thing for you as a physical being of this planet.
Thank you for that information. So Donna, who's with us tonight, has been feeling vibrations, mostly in the evenings, late at night, that begin in her right lower leg. They then work their way up both legs and sometimes up into the torso. What is going on with her, please?
this expression of energy and this expression of vibration that is being infused into this individual is doing so for a healing purpose. There is a vibrational influx that must take place in order to shift the core understanding, the core DNA structure for a deeper connection to her knowing. It is being rooted in the extremities and through into the core. The core is your energetic base. As you begin to vibrate into this energetic core, it is then shifting throughout all of the physical presence. As it is being expressed, have the understanding and knowing that this is a dynamic shift in the physical alignment with the energetic being pulling in this energy up through the feet into the core. You are drawing upon Mother Earth and bringing it into the core, which is then amplifying and healing those misalignments, allowing this alignment to take place. You will then have the understanding of your true experience.
Thank you for that. So is there anything she should do when she senses that or focus on?
There is no need to focus. Acknowledge, thank, and surrender to it, and allow it to do its work, as it is you that is providing the vessel for this energy to transcend through you.
Beautiful, thank you. And one last question for Donna. She saw a spirit being in her room the other evening. It startled her and she left the room. Who was that? And do they have a message for her?
What was experienced, this spirit, as you call it, is a mere reflection of a past experience, a past life, her understanding of that particular life. It is presenting itself as she is transitioning through this alignment period. It is presenting itself as a guide and a helper to transition through this alignment process. This is an experience that she has had in the past, though the spirit itself has not made itself physically present. She has sensed its energy. But this is an expression of herself in a past existence.
Awesome, thank you. So our treehouse has a tree built out of driftwood that we acquired from a person by the name of Elsa Olson, a local person here who is no longer with us in physical form. Her niece, Sarah Jane, is on the call with us. And we're curious, first, if Sarah's Aunt Elsa has a message regarding this tree that we have in her honor here in our space. And if Sarah's mother, who is Elsa's sister, has a message for Sarah. Do either or both of them wish to speak this evening, please?
We thank you. We thank you for honoring and respecting what you have built here. We are continually present with you. It is an honor to be part of what you have here. The energy that is brought through each individual piece that is then assembled before you represents a story, not only with me, but where it has come from. Each piece will tell you a story of past. There is much knowledge in this tree. We ask that you sit with it and you listen to it. It will provide you what you seek. Lovely Sarah. My beautiful. It's wonderful that you've asked to be connected. You have an understanding and you know that I am still with you. You see what I left for you. I hear your thoughts. But what I must say to you is to be strong and be fierce. For it is your journey that is yours. Fill it with love. And peace. But be that fierce warrior that you are, to conquer all things that are laid in front of you.
Thank you. Thank you so very much to the both of you for coming in this evening. That was beautiful. Elaine, who's with us this evening, would like to know who it is that her granddaughter is talking to when she says she's talking to the man in the moon.
This is an interesting question that you ask. Though you ask a question, you give an answer in the question. Is there doubt that there is a man in your moon? If this child is speaking to it, then there must be. What you must understand, though as an adult, many of you do not quite understand the communication process that can take place with all beings throughout your planetary system and beyond. But it is the children that have an open line of communication to all beings, whether on other planets or elsewhere. So it is interesting that you must question this when they say that they are speaking to so and so. Your children of this planet are, as you would say, an open book of information. Do not close this book, but rather maybe take a pen to paper and begin to write what is said. Be a bit more inquisitive and ask the questions. You may be surprised by what is provided to you. There is much more to understand beyond you and everyone to understand. But you must ask the questions. And if you have someone that has an open line of communication, then ask.
Thank you for that. That's wonderful. I love that. So typically when Elaine connects with her ancestors, she sees sort of a round well, or other people will see that for her. But the other day, there were two circles, like two wells. Why did that increase from 1 to 2, please?
The well is representative of the amount of information that can be provided at that particular point. But as the energetic connection is increased, your representation of this well will multiply. You must look upon it as that is your connection point. Singular to dual, then it may go beyond that. As you begin to understand and you begin to open yourself to the understanding that is in front of you, your energetic understanding of all things, the wells may disappear, but yet it may become evidently clear of your connection point. The wells are something for you to help associate with your connections, your information stream, your throughput, if it were. But at some point, the wells will be no longer needed, as it is all one stream of information flowing into you for you to express. So keep focus on the well, and they may begin to multiply for you as you have a greater understanding and are willing to express that understanding.
Thank you for that. Maria and Eric, who are with us this evening, found a book last night in the parking lot of Harris Teeter. Was that book for one of them, or should they return it? What can you say about that, please?
The true essence of this particular book, the energetic connection to this book, is not to be set aside lightly. You will use this book as a gateway, a path, a doorway into an experience with another individual. It is a growth point. If the book intrigues you such, you may go ahead and understand what is in between the pages, but it is not that for your growth. It is this connection to another individual that will be much greater. Think of it as a key to a lock. There will be much understanding once both are reunited.
Interesting. Thank you. Amanda would like to hear your advice on folks who are spiritually exhausted, bereft even, because of these energies that you spoke of earlier in the opening that are coming into the current environment. So those of us that you said are more sensitive and are just simply exhausted, do you have some advice, please?
We have provided this previously. Rest. Your physical being must rest. Your energetic being, yes, can sustain all that will be coming through. But the organism that you inhabit needs to rest. This does not mean to sleep. This does not mean to nap or find other means to be quiet. Resting is anything that you seek to quiet your mind away from, as you call it, your spiritual journey. It is not to set it aside, but it is just to relax yourself physically from it. Rest from it. It is still taking place. It is still upgrading. It is still moving through you. But relax your mind from all those things that are taxing your mind on the spiritual level that you are. This may sound difficult, as you want to be immersed in all things, but this immersion is what is taxing. This is what is taking a toll on the physical body. but allowing yourself to rest from it will give you much greater insight when it all unfolds in front of you again. Your body will be prepared. Your mind will be prepared. Your thoughts will be prepared. Your energy has always been prepared.
Wonderful. Thank you for elaborating. Maria would like to know how she can best embody the energy of her higher self. What would it serve her to focus on? And this is probably a nice generalized question for all of us who want to merge with our higher self more.
This is an interesting question. As you are in a physical body with an energetic center, an energetic core, an energetic being, there is the higher self that is present and others beyond that. But how to reunite and get connected with it? This all depends upon what you seek. It is not to say that you can remain connected to yourself, your higher self at all times and be fully connected with all experiential understanding. But this does take time and quiet. But for those that must have the daily experiences of this life, you know your higher self understands you. Merging thought, the thought wave, embodying what you perceive to be your higher self. What you must understand about the higher self is it is just your full expression of the energetic being that is inside of you, without the body shell to inhibit it. So once you can fully connect with your energetic self, the one that is inside of you, the true nature of who you are, then the merging of the higher self is much easier. The greater question would be how to dissolve away the physical self in order to connect to the energetic self. That is the first layer. It is changing thoughts, it is changing patterns, it is changing lifestyles, it is changing the way you perceive the life in front of you. You have to understand the multitude of distractions that pull you from side to side on a daily basis. But if you can separate yourself from those things and change the way your thought patterns begin and end, the physical being will begin to dissolve away. Not physically, but energetically. This process of dissolving away the physical being, thinning of the layer, will allow you access to the higher self and the energetic being that you are much easier. But you have to release from the old thought patterns. You have to release yourself from those distractions that pull you side to side. You have to release and allow and surrender into this energetic self. This is a difficult process. It takes time.
Thank you for all of that information. Before we close, do you have some final remarks, please?
As this year progresses, be mindful of your physical being as it is changing. Whether you understand it or not, it is changing. Physically, inside, your physical body is changing. It is experiencing many shifts, energetically, physically, emotionally. Understand this and find yourself the time to rest, to relax. Many of you believe this is a sprint to the end. It is not. It is one step in front of the other at a very comfortable pace. There is no end. That is what you have to understand. There is no end. It continues beyond this life into many others, as it has in the past. So with each step, enjoy each of the experiences. With each step, take time to relax and enjoy what is around you. Enjoy this journey that you are on. This is what we want you to understand.
Thank you so very much for being with us this evening.
As always, the collective is here for your information, knowledge, and love.